So welcome ladies and gents, Aquaman 2 The Lost Kingdom is said to have terrible test screenings. In fact, it's said, and I quote, to be the worst DC movie yet, which is, that's a bloody tall tale, goodness me. So we're going to dive into this today, just have a look at the test screenings in terms of, this is a rumour and conjecture at this point, but it's interesting to take a look at nonetheless. Oh boy howdy, it doesn't look good, let's put it that way. So, we had, it was 3 sources, fairly reliable, Viewer Anon, Behind the Screen Leaks, or Big Screen Leaks, and then Jeff Snyder, all industry insiders, people that have a fairly good track record of revealing bits and pieces of information. So they obviously all came out with this stuff saying, look, it's bad, it's real bad, they've got until December to fix it, let's hope they do. Let's see how it goes. And you know what? It's not a surprise that it's bad. Why is it not a surprise? Well, one, it's unfortunately DC. They haven't been putting out particularly great films for a little while. Triggered, I know, calm down. But secondly, it's also the fact that Ezra Miller's nonsense has caused all of this to go up shit's creek. They delayed the film. They had to push Aquaman back. The order of films that were going to be released has all now been changed. And so the story's now been changed. And what do you know? Unfortunately, that obviously leads to a shit show. Which it seems that is what we've got here. So let's take a look, ladies and gents. Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a great day. Hit subscribe. Give it a thumbs up and share it. Why? Because YouTube sucks massive dong at the moment. And is choosing not to notify anyone of any videos. And it's very frustrating. It makes me want to bust some bloody skulls in, but anyway, whatever. So here we have it. This is interesting. Okay, so obviously there was a test screening for James Wan's Aquaman. It's not gone over very well. Several sources reported that. In fact, the sequel was referred to, as I said, the worst DCEU movie yet. And obviously that is just one person's opinion, but it looks like there's more stuff going on here. Why? Well, let's have a look. So, earlier test screenings were held last year that were received very positively. And you know what? Sure, I bet it, again, this all comes down to the nonsense that Ezra, the little turd Miller, has caused. You're juggling your whole slate around one reprobate. What do you expect to happen? Like, what do you actually expect to happen? You're changing everything just because of one little turd blossom. This is gonna happen, isn't it? You know, like the whole thing has to change and adjust, the narrative. The order of movies got changed. So yeah, last year tested positively, although the reaction was still reportedly lukewarm. And whether this was a recent cut of the movie or not is unclear. Well, I can tell you now, that would not have been a recent cut of the movie. It can't physically be a recent cut of the movie. Because one of them had Michael Keaton in it. And then they swapped him out for Ben Affleck. So no, it couldn't possibly be like a recent cut of the movie. My brain just went dead then. It couldn't possibly be. Of course not. Anyway, now there was another round of screenings, and that's now Disastrous. We've even heard reports of walkouts. Now, I don't know whether I believe walkouts. That's very rare to happen. Very, very rare to happen. In those kind of instances, people are asked to come and give their information on it. It could be walkouts from a studio side of things. You could have walkouts from that side of stuff. But from this side, in terms of people just attending and giving their opinion, that's quite unusual. That would be quite rare. I know it's very annoying, sorry. So I don't know whether I believe that, but whatever. Now, The Lost Kingdom was described as an unfocused mess with lame, unfunny jokes. Sounds like the first one. Sounds like the first one. Also, does sound a bit like any Marvel movie at the moment, doesn't it? Which is what they tried to do with the first one anyway, was to emulate a Marvel movie. And I've never liked Jason Momoa's Aquaman. Shoot me. I know, that's polarizing. People love him. I just didn't like the surfer bro dude. Who's basically playing Lobo, but in Aquaman form. Awful. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So unfocused, lame, unfunny jokes. Some would apply the same criticism to the first movie, to be fair, which, yeah, I just have and I would. We've also been made aware of some specific plot details that we won't spoil here, but let's just say, if accurate, Warner and Co. have a lot of work to do before the film hits theatres. You know what? There's even 20 minutes worth of Amber Turd Blossom in it. So that's bad as well. Anyway, the belief is that star Jason Momoa is also very unhappy with the film, which is why he wanted to make the jump to Lobo. Well, good for him. People failing up. And when I spoke about this in my last video, people were like, yeah, but maybe he's not the problem. He would have got the script. He would have agreed to sign up to it. You get the script in advance. Granted, he would have been signed up to a deal, but you could probably push back a little bit on the script, surely. Like, god damn. And people are like sucking at the teat of James Wan, going, it's James Wan, I believe he's going to be good. Really? Have you seen some of the shit he's produced? Some of the stuff he produces is awful. He's not the be-all and end-all of movie making. He's fine. Don't get me wrong, he's fine. But he's not absolutely incredible. Okay? He's as I said, he's fine. Calm it. Now, some of these reactions may very well be exaggerated. Probably. But, you know, with comic book movies going the way they are, that's unlikely as well. I can believe it. But it could be telling that Aquaman 2 barely got a mention during James Gunn and Peter Safran's recent DCU slate announcement. Well, that was very convenient of them. They kind of just wanted to breeze past all of that. God, look at her. Well, in fairness, she looks alright. She's always been, you know, just look at her, don't talk. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise that James Gunn didn't really interact that much with the DCU slate in terms of what was coming up now. He just wants to get that done and dusted and just breeze right past it so he doesn't have to talk about it anymore. Just get it completely done. But there you have it. Some more information. Unfocused mess. Lame, unfunny jokes, which I can absolutely believe. God. But there you have it. What do you think? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear any and all of your thoughts on this. Like I said, hit subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on. Love to have you here more often. Thanks, guys. Cheerio, toodle pip, take care.